Hi, I'm Debbie and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for November 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th, Monday through Thursday. Now, you know that I am going to be using some Radley Valentine decks. I will use my Archangel Power Tarot cards for the main message. I'll pull one from my Guardian Angel cards. I will then finish up with my Emily Anderson crystal deck, see what kind of energy would be or crystal would be helpful for the week. Now, we're going to do an overview with my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards. Now, I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy. Please remember this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. I'm an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power. My job just deliver the message. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications because you help keep my channel moving and growing, and you keep me on air. So thank you for that. Now, interesting stuff. Yes, the full moon, the full moon, which will be in Taurus, will be the early morning of the 19th, okay? But, so it's, and that's Eastern Standard Time. Just letting you know. I'll give you the time in just a moment. But it is in, but Uranus is in Taurus. Taurus is in Uranus. There's a lot of expect the unexpected energy with Uranus. Uranus is also about awakening people. Remember, we have awakening energies, let's put it that way, because it's also has a lot to do with possible earthquakes, shakings, and even though Uranus is a very slow-moving planet, the results, the impact can be very quickly, it can be very, very quick. Okay, so the reason I'm bringing that up, I'm going to go to my notes that I told you when I do my, my overview for Scorpio. So on the 17th, we have Mars in Scorpio, Mars, so that is Aries, the planet, that is if we're going with Greek mythology, that would be Aries. Mars is the planet of war. It's also the planet, they're very assertive type of energy too, in Scorpio. And Mars loves to be in Scorpio. Scorpio, think of the scorpion, but think of the phoenix that rises. Think of the eagle that also has that higher view. Scorpio does not like secrets. We've got Saturn in Aquarius, so we know, secrets, nothing, doesn't like secrets. Well, anyway, that's opposing, meaning they're kind of like shouting at each other, Uranus, which is in Taurus. So they're not necessarily being friendly with each other. Now, the other thing then is, so that will be on the 17th of November. Both at 12 degrees. When I did my overview and I pulled a card, I pulled out the Hierophant, which to me has a lot of traditional, there's a lot of traditional values, but there's also a lot of government and religious dogma attached with that too. So, let's just, who's to say what is going to happen? Because Uranus, again, expect the unexpected. Uranus is one of the co-rulers with over Aquarius. So Aquarius, we have a lot of, if you've been following, you know where I'm going. That there's a lot of change type of energy. And I do think that, Uranus has something to do with Capricorn. And again, more stuff would change. So then we come to November 19th. The full moon will be in Taurus, and that will be at 3:56 a.m. And again, the full moon is conjunct with Uranus, which is retrograde in Taurus right now, and it's been doing that. And there's, expect the unexpected stuff. The interesting thing about this this full moon is there will be an eclipse. It's a partial eclipse, but it will be one of the longest partial eclipses. The last one we had, and I don't know what the moon was in at the time. I'm trying to find that out, but it was 580 years ago, so 1441, give or take. And what happened is I think it lasts like about 4 hours. Okay. The interesting thing too is that this eclipse will be about 90%. Okay, so it will be one that's very interesting to watch. Eclipses magnify the energy, And even though, so we have that little tussle that's a couple of days before with Mars and Scorpio and Uranus, and then Taurus, the Taurus full moon in Uranus, it's going to magnify a lot of things. Right after that, a couple of days after, we start Sagittarius season. So very strong stuff. But now, hey, I like it. I like what just popped out for us. Prosperity begins. It's a number one new beginnings, good roots, good foundation, good connections. Hey, we can handle that one. So we'll take that for the week. So just know that there's a lot of stuff happening in the universe, in the heavens, however you want to look at that, whoever that is to you. A lot of stuff astrologically going on. And if we wanted to even go down the Greek mythology page with this, I mean, it's very interesting with Greek mythology because Uranus is the father of Saturn, Saturn is the father of Jupiter, Jupiter is the father of Mars. Just too much to go into. So there's some family squabbles going on, possibly on the 17th, maybe starting even on the 16th. But it's going to clear a lot of energies out. It's going to make things, again, prosperity begins, good foundation coming together, the fruits of your labor or the fruits of the labor, things coming, things, brightening up. I can take that one. I can take that energy. Okay, let's go on. Our next card, the base chakra. So we have a 1 again. Now remember, chakras are our energy sources. Now there's energy sources all over our body, but the main chakras are 7. There's 7 main chakras that people tend to talk about. So we can go from 1, which is our base, our root, our sense of security, and then we can go up and up to, to our crown, which is the 7th, which is our connection to higher power. Okay. So, this is about sense of security. This is a sense of, just feeling, how do we feel with our, the right, are we right with the world type of energy? This could be something to do with our home life. This could be how we grew up. The big thing about the base chakra is our sense of security, okay? Our sense of comfort, our sense of, it's, do we have food, water, do we have a roof? It's that base level that tells us, that helps to mold us, because if we're not secure, if we don't feel secure, we don't know where we're going to go from there. But this is a strong foundation that leads us to our choices, okay? And our last card here, okay. So remember too to look up the numbers, because numbers are very strong. Numbers speak to us. There's angel numbers, there's gematria numbers, there's other types of, messages that come from the numbers. So 1, 1, so hey, could that be November? No, but we've already passed the 2. So we have a 2 here. 2 has some choices, crossroads. 2 has some coming together. We have some coming together with this card here, with the prosperity begins. We have our security, our sense of security. We have our intuition. Intuition, this would be your high priestess card. This would be, making sure that you have a really strong connection with your higher power, whoever that is, your ancestors, your spirit guides. So just know that this week, with Uranus doing all its stuff, just expect the unexpected. The earth, world, universe could be shaken a little bit, but the cards themselves are saying, hey, things are settling down. Hey, maybe things will be settling down. There is some, root chakra. There is some base chakras. There is some our sense of security, our sense of foundation. If we have a strong sense of foundation, it could even go with our intuition. If we have a strong sense with our intuition of our faith, our, connection with that, things look really positive with this. Also remember the numbers 1, 1, 2 can go backwards to 1, 1. Okay, so take a look at that. And why don't we just start our reading? Hello, my Geminis. How are you? Well, let's see what we've got going for this week. Okay, I just feel, again, I feel like you're the watchers. They're waiting. You're watching and waiting. And you're just kind of observing. Let's see what we've got for you. And that's okay. Sometimes it's good to just kind of take a break a little bit from all the drama. And here we go. 3 cards. This one's reversed. My wonderful, wonderful Geminis. Here we go. 6 of Raphael. Now, 6, number of man. It's the energies you put into something. It's the efforts you yourself give to something. Now, Raphael is our water energy. It is our Scorpio. It's our Pisces. It is our Cancer, fluid, emotional. Very, very loving type of energy. This is the nostalgia card. This is the looking back at how you got to where you're at, looking back to the people that you loved or who loved you or both. This is where you look at your happier times in your life. And this is where you really realize a lot of your blessings. Okay, a lot of this effort, a lot of these energies made you who you are yourself, who you are actually. Okay, now the thing about the 6 of Raphael is that sometimes we do color it with a little bit more, we look at it with a little more rosy glasses, rose-colored glasses, and we don't necessarily look at all the truth to it, but you know what? That's okay. We don't always have to look at all the warts and all the heartaches, but because we've lived through them. So this is looking back at your past. And it could be a recent past, but generally is more than 6 months old. And this is just kind of realizing the lessons you've learned. There's also very contemplative type of energy with the 6 of Raphael. Okay, embrace your inner child. So it is telling you to have a little more fun. New friends or rekindled relationships, children or childhood. Next card. Perspective. So we have a 6, 1, 2. So 12. So 1 is a new beginning. 10s have transition. 2s, crossroads, decisions. What are we going to do with this information? This is Archangel Gabriel. Gabriel is the divine messenger. Brings, heralds good news, tidings, things that are going to be very life-changing. This is also the Hanged Man. This is kind of telling you to look at things a little differently. Now, maybe you look at your childhood and you think of all the rotten things. Well, then this would also tell you to look at all the good things. This would tell you to also look at the blessings. So there's kind of this thing going on where there's a lot of past meeting your present this week. That your past energies meeting your present. Sometimes that could also be past people coming into your present, too. So with that, sometimes, you're kind of like, no, I would rather not look at them. I'd rather not deal with them. I would want to run away from them. Or it's, no, let's do this. Let's get this done. What is it that I need to do? Also, there could also be a lot of confrontation with your past also. Okay? So instead of running away, you're standing firm. This is doing something a little different than what you might always have done. All right. But though I do know my Geminis, you fight for everyone else. You don't necessarily stand up for yourself, okay? But as a warrior for someone else, oh my gosh, nobody can beat a Gemini. But for yourself, you're a little bit more reticent with that. So maybe not only looking at things differently, but this could also be do something a little different. Remember, what is the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. I kind of get this thing that, this is going to be one of those times that you do something different. You do something different, and you know what? You get a different outcome. Okay, there's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight. Dare to be different. Your last card reversed. The 8 of Ariel. Okay, so something's changing within you. Something's making you want to go. And again, I feel like this is a week. The energies this week for you is be different. Do things a little bit differently. Now, we have that. Now we come to the 8 of Ariel. 8's unlimited opportunities and unlimited possibilities. Ariel is our earth energy. Capricorn, Taurus, lots of Taurus energy right now. Also Virgo, earth energy, money energy, job energy. And the thing about this is studying. This is learning what you can learn. This is the next step from, from the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Earth, Seven of Ariel. This is now what you've been doing, what you've been preparing. This is where you need to stand and be very, I don't want to say prideful. This is where you need to be confident in your abilities, okay? This is where you need to know that you know what you know, what you know. So, if we were looking at this, it could be if we were looking at this as a job reading, it could be, well, you're looking back at the past jobs that you had, why did they work, why didn't they work? You're kind of like, no, this time I want to do something a little bit differently. And this is where you go into your interview, and again, kind of adapt this to the relationship or to whatever's in your life, and you go into the interview, and you're not necessarily, like I said earlier, you are actually standing up for yourself here. You are actually promoting yourself. You are actually telling them all the things that you have done. Now, I would also suggest, if that be the scenario, that you write everything down. That's the nice thing about, certain resumes. You want to keep them short but sweet. But the thing is, this is where you want to be able to express and tell them everything that you've done. And, well, you want to tell them a lot of the things that you've done, and you want to basically brag on yourself. Okay? So something like that is going on, but it's something that's different than you normally do. You don't normally do the bragging of yourself. You are the best defender, and you will help your best friend. You will help everyone else. You don't always do this for yourself. This is going to be one of those opportunities where what you would do for others, you actually do for yourself. Okay, let's see what this is about. Take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. But I really feel like this is about you bragging on yourself, maybe, or, and whatever's happened in that past, and just, looking at things a little bit differently. And this is, again, you have the right. You need to, you bring so many wonderful skills and so many talents to whatever the situation is. And I say situation because I don't necessarily know that this is a job energy itself. I just used that because it's easier for me to explain it. But this is you needing to be able to brag upon yourself. Be able to say, hey, wait a minute, in this relationship, I was the one that did this. I was the one that did that. Okay? So it is about bragging on yourself. And that doesn't always feel comfortable. It doesn't feel comfortable. Okay, let's go on here and see what we have with the angel, the guardian angels. Reversed. Inner strength. Well, I told you it doesn't feel comfortable, and yes, it is something that you need to, you might need to practice. Practice makes perfect with this one. Okay, inner strength, we have an 11, that 1-1 energy, 1 + 1, 2, some choices. You have great courage and kindness. You may not realize how strong and powerful you are, but there's no problem you can't solve. The compassion, the compassion you so freely give to others must also be given to yourself. Stand strong in your convictions if the right answer is to tell if the right answer to tell someone is no. Like I said, you can take care of others. You can do wonderful things for others. You need to be able to do it for you now. This is a week that's going to push you into doing that. It's not going to feel comfortable. I know. It's not easy, my wonderful Geminis, but it is. It does feel like it's needed. Here we go. Okay, what crystal or energy for my Geminis do we have that will be helpful? Earth. Well, that's good. We have a lot of Taurus energy. Earth is about abundance, fertility, harvesting, and logic. I like that for you. I like the logic especially because you can think things through. Okay, so my Geminis. Please remember, like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. You help me out too, and I do appreciate you doing that. Most importantly, and as always, know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.